Bruh. What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to Buck Bewley, man. Buck, what's up, brother? My moderator, Buck Bewley's in the house. Give it up for Buck. Yeah, yeah. First thing I saw was Craig R. I need to get my iPad down this joint. I sound like a Roland. Where's my iPad? Give me my iPad. Give me my iPad, damn it. Damn it, give me my iPad. Who are you talking to? Punch you in your fat neck. You don't. Tim Black, stop it, Tim. I wish somebody would order me around like that. I don't talk to my staff that way. Roland. But I don't have a staff, so Roland has a business, and he provides some people with a paycheck. So you know, that's something. Who else in the house? Who's in the building? I see Cat Negrita, Tobias Grove. Yeah. McKenty. No, that's M City. McKenty. M City King 84 up in the building. 1984. 1984, another summer. Lou Maldonado, Crom, AT, Lead Clinton, Skeptical Jerk, Bruce Newsom, NC Pinta. All right? Everybody all right? Making sure everybody all right, man. I ain't making no noise. I said I'm not making any noise tonight. Who else? Who else? Who else? Tim Black. Moses is in the house. Sherry's in the house. Yeah, man. So a strange thing happened on the way to the mailbox. I want to say, you know, man, there has been a lot happening lately with this show. And I want to thank all the Tim Black people. I want to thank all the people that support this show because of you, because of your support of this show, we've been able to get some very interesting guests and we've been able to do some interesting things. Yo, I just put out my the 2-hour interview with my brother, Van Lathan. Give it up for that. That was dope. Because I said I was going to do it today and I got it done today. That was good for me to get that done today because I like staying on schedule when I can, man. So I had to edit, put that together, put out content. I got a couple videos going out, but yo, to my members, the Tim Black Wolfpack members, early access starts today. It'll be available to the public on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you want the sneak peek, you get a full 5 days sneak peek for all Tim Black Wolfpack members. So if you join the Wolfpack, Team Wolfpack, Tim Black's Team Black VIP, either on YouTube or on Patreon, you get access not just to this, but to all my long-form interviews early. And there will be more. I think it's dope, man. For years I tried to figure out, like, what is it I could give people, man? Like, I can't commit to doing new content on a regular basis because I'm already doing 5 days of recording constantly. And then I got editing and all this stuff. I was like, how could I? Then I realized what I'm giving away for free, I can include as a bonus, still keep it free, but give it early as a bonus. And some people find that a good deal. So once again, go to jointimblack.com. That's my Patreon page. It's only $5 a month. I think that's a little less than your HBO Max or your Netflix or your Prime or your Hulu or your anything else. I can't think of anything that's $5. A show that comes on 5 days a week with new content each day. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal, I guess. So anyway, man, once again, I thought it was an excellent interview. I had a great time doing it. It didn't start off so nice. It was kind of icy, which is actually better. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll see, I ain't giving nothing away, man. I want y'all to join. I want y'all to check it out. I'm telling you, man, sometimes, I don't know, man. He had his position on a couple of issues. I had my position. And ain't nobody backing down on what they believe. We can listen. We can listen to each other and we can have a conversation, but we don't have to agree with each other. We can choose to disagree a little bit on some things. Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all noticing that, but black people are not a monolith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I've been talking to some people, man, and we're not doing right by each other. When we expect everybody to think the same way we do. See, I don't think we have to think the same. I just think we have to think. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I tell you, man, it's one thing to disagree with somebody. It's another thing not to respect somebody's position. Now, some of the things I hear coming out of the Hodge twins' mouth, I don't respect it. Some of the things I hear Jason Whitlock say, I don't respect it. Yeah. Some of the pandering progressives, some of the things I hear them say, not all progressives, just the pandering ones. The butt-kissing ones, they don't really feel that way, right? I don't respect it. Some of the lying liberals, where they be placating, the way that they solve form of racism, I don't respect it. You know what I'm saying? So it does, I'm not going to agree with everybody. Everybody ain't going to agree with me, but I can tell you, man, but if you are righteous on your stance and you believe that, and it's not because you want to make me a subject, you want to make me not a subject, but you want me to bow or defer to your point of view. But that's not an opinion, that's an ideology. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can have a different view of something. We can have different priorities. I get it. Everybody can't be for the same thing all the time at the same time, but you ain't going to make me take a back seat in what I believe, man. I'm just not going to do that. So all I'm trying to say is, man, I've had the opportunity to talk to very different people. I talked to Dana with the data from the Joe Brown podcast. I talked to Shamichael Singleton, CNN. We the free.com. We the free TV, we the free.com. More about that in upcoming episodes. And I had the opportunity to now talk with Van Lathan. Everybody different, man. These three people, I don't think you could get three different people. People very different. And then you got my crazy ass. So, but you know what? I think they all mean well. I didn't sense grifting. I didn't sense any grifting out of anybody. I'm trying to tell you, man. And that's the beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's, yeah. Just because somebody differs with you on opinion about politics or who they voted for. I mean, God, Johnson, we got real problems. If you up at night, you know, mad at somebody over their choice, I don't know if I'm gonna hit the A or the B. If that's all you got rolling around in your head at night before your head hit the pillow, right? Consider yourself blessed. You are blessed. Because I know when my head hit the pillow, that's not what I'm thinking of. If that's what's keeping you up nights, if that's what's driving you to drink, if that you ain't talked to somebody in 6 months because of an election. Some of y'all crazy, man. I want you to know you are crazy. I want you to know that. You are crazy. You know, this country gonna keep doing it. America gonna keep on American. You understand what I'm saying? Whether you here, whether you voted, no. What's wrong with you? There are people out here that are not serious about something that don't give a damn about them. I understand, I care, but I care about you more than I care about your opinion on a certain issue that neither one of us can control. I'm just saying, man, I ain't trying to talk myself out of a job. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus, relax. Relax a little. You ain't got to change your stance, but being angry at somebody, being pissed off, throwing rocks at people ain't going to change the world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, getting mad at that person isn't going to make things better. It's not going to get us reparations. It's not going to get us a closed wealth gap. It's not going to make, our schools tuition-free community college. It's not going to make health care for everybody. It ain't going to clean the air or the water. It's just going to make you mad at that person. It ain't going to change nothing. Now, at least if you mad at a politician, at least then you focused on the right area. At least that person got something to do with what you're complaining about. I don't know, man. It's just something I noticed, fam. It's just something I noticed. I just want to put it out there. Look, don't let your passion, it's such thing as being too passionate. Then it's something beyond passion. You know what I'm saying? I think some people are just, it ain't even about the topic. It's just about, it's some other emotions tied into it. You know, I'm not a psychiatrist, but there's some other things going on. You know, other things happening. You know, I'm reminded every day, fam. Yo, Tim Black's Wolfpack. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Every day I'm reminded of how fragile life is. Every day I'm reminded of how fortunate it is I have the people that I have in my life, and how that could change any moment. Now I don't walk around all the time thinking that I go crazy. Wouldn't be able to do this show, that's for sure. But I am cognizant. I am aware that we ain't promised nothing. Nothing's promised. Go to jointimblack.com, become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Today's show is brought to you by this mug here. This little mug right here, y'all. This little 11-ounce mug, you know? But it's my mug. You know what I'm saying? This is me right here. This is Tim Black Show. I made that name up. I designed this. This coaster, too. This coaster that you get when you order one. Coaster. It's a hope that a people, the hope of a man that's derived from a people from whence I came, a strong people. They didn't want anything other than equality, to be treated like human beings, to raise their children in peace, love, safety, to be able to have dignity, and then get a cool drink every once in a while. You know, cool drinkers. And to build something that means something, and that's what the Timberlake Show stands for. To fight for Black Americans, to fight for the working class, as my man Mud would say, the hurting class, to rise up for the people, with politics for the people, not for the corporation, not for the billionaire, not for the special interest group, not for the NGO, not for the ego, not for them people. Beautiful thing, beautiful thing, beautiful thing. All right, I got a couple stories, man. I don't know, man. I'm just feeling a little blessed right now. Look, check this out, guys. Sizzling Sunday Scoop. The word, hot topics, and breaking news. So let's get into that, man. Let me run a couple clips, fam. I'm going to do the breaking news thing now, man. Let's do the breaking news. How about that? Let me break some news. Let's get into some breaking news, Johnson. Let's do that. Let's do this, man. This is crazy, fam.
I'm able to confirm there are 6 victims, ages 67 to 88. All of them have been transported to local hospitals. This attack happened at a regularly scheduled weekly peaceful event. Witnesses are reporting that the subject used a makeshift flamethrower and threw an incendiary device into the crowd. The suspect was heard to yell, "Free Palestine," during the attack. The subject has been identified as Mohammed Sabri Solomon, and he's 45 years old. The FBI is processing the crime scene and the subject vehicle and interviewing key witnesses. We're assisting Boulder police in providing technical, analytic, and additional forensic resources. As a result of these preliminary facts, it is clear that this is a targeted act of violence, and the FBI is investigating this as an act of terrorism.
We're here, brother. We're here. We can't do nothing about that. We can't do nothing.
We can!
Not here.
You have to end Zionist!
Not here, bro.
You're not!
People are taking video right now.
We can!
I wish I had my gun with me. I'd do it.
Pretty bad.
Just stay away. Just stay away. He's right there. He's throwing Molotov cocktails right there.
Where you fucking belong!
And you're going to jail, man. I don't give a fuck. You don't antagonize shit like that. You caused this shit.
Right,
He's not.
right,
He didn't do anything.
Chill.
Hey, what this guy say? He said you caused it.
And you're going to jail, man. I don't give a fuck. You don't antagonize shit like that. You caused this shit.
He's not.
I want to know more about this guy. He don't seem like he lying to me. Seemed very emphatic. Seemed like he had something to say. Okay, let me give you what I got on this, guys. Today, an attack occurred in the Pearl Street Mall in Boulder, Colorado, during a Run for Their Lives event. It's a weekly walk to raise awareness for Israeli hostages held by Hamas. Makes sense now? Suspect identified as 25-year-old Mohammed Sabri Solomon. They already said that, but I wanted to repeat it. He used a makeshift flamethrower and threw incendiary devices at Molotov cocktails and participants at people shouting free Palestine. As you heard in the report, 6 people, aged 67 to 88, were injured. Let me get this right. This heathen, he threw alcohol bombs on old people, peacefully protesting for the release of Israeli people. He need to take his bit. He need to take himself to Gaza. Yeah, man. See what I'm saying? All this talk, all these people want to talk tough, all these people want to do things. Go to Gaza and do it. I don't know who this guy is. Maybe they got more information. They took him into custody, and I guess they'll determine if he's part of a larger group. We already know what his motive was. Kill people. His motive was to kill people. You throw Molotov cocktails into a crowd of people, you want to kill people. You know, there's some IDF fighters in Gaza you could go see about. You don't have to throw Molotov cocktails at unarmed old folks. You coward. And no, I'm not going to side with that. Yeah, I think it's wrong. I think it's a humanitarian crisis what's going on in Gaza. Yes, I think it's wrong. But you know, this don't solve it. This ain't right. To run into a crowd of people and throw bombs on them. All right, let's keep going, Tim. This is... So, okay, FBI Director Kash Patel is investigating this, they say, as a potential terror incident, a terror attack, and ideologically motivated violence, citing witness accounts targeting the Jewish community, especially given its timing on the eve of the Jewish holiday, Shavuot. Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redhern, however, cautioned against speculating on motive early on. He was yelling, Palestine, free Palestine. It's at a Jewish event. No charges have been announced, but federal and local authorities are collaborating with potential federal and terrorism charges under consideration, though mental health factors have not been ruled out. Oh, you got problems. So let me get this right. You know where I'm going, Black America. You know where I'm going. So let me get this right. Rodney Hinton Jr. He could watch film of some goons, of a goon taking the life of his son. They said his son had a gun. We don't see a gun. I don't think Mr. Hinton can see a gun either. He reacts sporadically. He didn't go home, make bombs, show up, give speeches like this guy was doing. He just, bam, runs into a cop, one cop. This guy goes to a planned event that's weekly, armed with stuff to throw that he created, hurls it into the crowd, and then gives a long speech. And they're talking about mental health. See what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? This is why I do the work I do, baby. I don't know if a lot of people listening or if 10 people listening. You know what? It don't matter because the truth need to be said no matter who listening. Y'all some wild people, man. What should I say? These people are wild people, man. They are so racist. They are so racist. So racist that they can't wrap their head around a man loving his child enough to lose his damn mind. But they can wrap their mind around this guy here, hundreds, if that's thousands of miles away from the actual shit that's going down, not be there. His family not there, supposedly. I don't know. But him, they say, might have a mental health issue. I could tell you with full transparency that the day I lost my daughter, my oldest daughter, on that day, I had a mental health issue. My wife had a mental health issue. It's called pure, unmitigated agony and heartache that cannot be measured or calibrated. Beyond measure, something I've never felt before in my life. And I got these callous mofos. I'm not saying it makes everything okay. I'm not saying it makes whatever you do fine. It doesn't make it okay what you do. But to act as if you don't understand it all, that you have no awareness, no, that's what it is. Bigotry has no empathy. That's why it's called bigotry, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't that it? No, that's why. Look, man, this attack is heinous. It's diabolical, disgusting. It's whatever your stance is. Whatever your stance is, these people don't have anything to do with it. The attack took place around 126 near 13th and Pearl Streets, prompting the evacuation of several blocks. Witnesses reported seeing victims with burns, some severe, bystanders attempting to extinguish flames with water. The Boulder Jewish Community Center and the other local Jewish organizations condemned the attack, expressing heartbreak and calling for community support. Colorado Governor Gerald Poles and other officials, including Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, denounced the incident, linking it to broader tensions over the Israel-Hamas conflict and a rise in anti-Semitic violence. The area remains under investigation with no evidence suggesting Solomon was connected to a wider group. All right, man. Hate begets hate, begets hate, begets hate, begets hate. Hate begets hate, hate begets hate. Oh, good idea to go ahead and end that thing. End it. All right, folks, let me know what you think in the comments section. I don't know. What's a good question for this? You know what? I don't have a question for this. It's I can't imagine anybody going, "Yay, this is good." No, it's not, and I don't see how you can make it good. Guess we'll say how the protesters, and that's the other side of this, guys. And I don't want to both sides of it. I'm not trying to explain away anything, right? I'm not trying to defend anyone or explain away anything. But I will say, it will be disgusting over the next couple of days. Because they're going to tie this guy to anyone protesting a war that they oppose. And it's not even really a war. They're going to tie this guy to peaceful protesters opposing the wiping out of a people, the forced starvation of a people, the bombardment, the continuous bombardment of a people. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to let this one jackass, more than jackass don't go far enough. They're going to let this one man's actions and say it was created by people that never met him, who didn't talk to him. You understand what I'm saying? And they're going to get a blame for this guy. None of it makes sense. See, it's dirty all the way around. See what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, what am I saying? I'm saying we got problems, don't we? See what I'm saying? It's just chasing the tail, fam. It's just chasing the tail, fam. That's all they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous, man. And you know that's what they're going to do. Can I just say this too? To my good people online, I know I don't control nobody. I just offer suggestions. Here on the Tim Black Show, we just try to tell it like it is. Let me just say this though. To my people that support Palestinians, do yourselves a favor. Do us a favor. Don't defend this guy because they blaming you for something you had nothing to do. They wrong to blame you for what this lunatic did, okay? This monster, what he did, had nothing to do with anything that you've been doing if you've been peacefully protesting, okay? That's the trick bag. But you don't help anything by then defending that moron. Well, that attempted killer. You don't defended his actions, non-starter. Okay? We making any sense, man? Anything, anybody? Hope I'm making sense on it, because you know that's what's going to happen, right? I've been here before. Well, not here particularly, not this particular identical event, but I've seen this all the time. This is what's going to happen. Right? They're going to blame, they got to find somebody to blame. They can't blame the war itself. They're not going to blame the coverage or the lack of coverage. Right? They're not going to do that. Instead, they're going to use this as an instrument to go after peaceful protesters. Right? That's what they're going to do. They're not going to blame us sending money being involved in something that we oppose, that many of Americans oppose their money going to, their taxpayer dollars going to. Not going to blame that. Of course, can't do that. Could never do that. Instead, we're going to blame the most powerless people in the country, mostly young people, with no political capital, no billions of dollars, using the only thing they have, their mouths, their physical bodies, and the words that come out of their mouths to protest something that they can't control, but feel an ethical and a moral obligation to say something about it. They're going to blame those people for this lunatic, as if he sat back going, I don't know what to do. I'm just having a great life and life is fine. Hold on a second. Heard there's a protest. Oh my God. There's some 19 and 20-year-olds somewhere in Portland, Oregon, protesting against the IDF and Israel's bombing of Gaza and the Palestinians. And now I'm radicalized because I heard these young people talking. And now I want to go throw Molotovs. Nah, that's not how life works. But you're gonna think that's how life works. I see a segment now. Shamichael Singleton. Shamichael Singleton and Scott Jennings on CNN. Scott's gonna condemn it. Oh, well. You know, Scott's going to condemn it. Schmeicher's going to have to condemn it. Well, no, they're going to have to. No, I'm sorry. That's the wrong way. It's not how it's going to happen. It's going to go the other way, right? Yeah, they got to go up for they got to get it. Bakari's going to have to defend it. I don't even know. I think Bakari's APAC, right? Jasmine Crockett and Bakari Sellers, aren't they APAC recipients? Last time I heard Jasmine Crockett talk about Gaza, she was like, we're going to keep sending more bombs. I wish we could send them more money. We just give them all the money we got, give them everything we got. Then she started taking her shoes off so we can trade these in, sell them on eBay and send the money to Israel. She was very excited. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I mean well, fam. I mean well. What we gonna do? We ready? We gonna move on? All right, let's move on. Let me know in the comments, man. What I got, baby? What do we got in the comments section? 29. She out here talking. Someone said, I haven't heard from Miss Crockett. Oh! Nene said she hasn't heard from Miss Crockett lately. She been talking. Miss Jasmine been talking. I say this. Why did Van Lathan and I get into a spirited conversation about Miss Crockett? And about Byron Donalds. Yes. I'm trying to tell you, it's a spirited conversation. You ain't gonna hear it on cable news. It's good. Yeah, it's pretty interesting conversation. Nothing for nothing. If I was you, I'd check it out. Go to jointimberlake.com or join on YouTube. You can join on YouTube as well. I'm just saying, I mean, might be something to check out. Nene, 64, my sister. Elena, what's up? Yeah. It was a good one. I don't want to give it away, you know what I'm saying? But I want you to be anticipated. Look, I'm gonna do some teasers. I'll do some teasers. I put a teaser out, a short video out on Tuesday. For the public, it goes live on Friday. But we'll put a teaser out on Tuesday. Advertise. Get the buzz going a little bit. Y'all want to go to the next story? I got a couple more. I don't got that many stories tonight, but I got a couple more. Now, look, this guy, Jake Tapper, Jake the Snake Tapper. Jake Tapper been talking a lot about his book. He's been on the book tour. The whole Biden is a vegetable tour. And who knew about it? Anybody got any cheese for his vegetables? Everyone's talking about it. It's a big story. Stephen A. Smith putting out countless amounts of content. I still haven't heard from Stephen A. Stephen A. still hasn't hit me back, man. I wanted to come on the Tim Black Show. Damn it, man. Wow. Jake Tapper, he's making the rounds. And here goes Jake Tapper in the little short clip I got. I thought it was interesting because Jake Tapper, he just grew a set. Let's check it out.
Vote for Biden or Trump. I can't stand either party, to be quite honest. That wasn't a bias of mine in terms of shaping my reporting, but like.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Is there anybody that's alive? Is there anybody out there that can read above grade level, first grade, first year grade level, that believes Jake Tapper? I said, is anybody out there that can count to 5 using their fingers that believes that Jake Tapper's telling the truth when he says he does not have any bias in his reporting between Republicans or Democrats? Is there anybody here that gullible? If you are dumb enough to believe this, if you believe that, let me also inform you, because you're gonna fall for anything. Let me tell you something. When your friends try to dare you to eat the yellow snow, don't do it. It's not lemonade. I know it looked like it, don't it? Don't do it. Okay? I'm trying to think of other things I could suggest, but that's an easy one for you. Jake Tapper
didn't vote for Biden or Trump. I can't stand either party, to be quite honest, and that wasn't a bias of mine in terms of shaping my reporting. But like, what was shaping my reporting was, I think the fact that like there were just a lot of people lying to us, and I should have just been more skeptical about the fact that they were lying to us. But they were.
Well, I feel like Charlie Murphy. Oh, I feel like Charlie Murphy right now, fam. Lord, I feel like a meme. Where's my Charlie Murphy meme, Johnson? Damn it, man. Come on.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Jake Tapper just said, he said he felt like he was being lied to. Hey, Jake, now you know how we feel. Jake said, I feel like I was being lied to. Boy, white guys can dish it, but they sure can't take it. Jesus Christ, he said he... Not all white guys, some white guys cool. I Man Oz, Bo, Buck Bewley, you know, not everybody sucks. But Jesus, Jake. Hold on, man. This is hilarious. This segment's, this is fun. This is hilarious, man. Jake said, hold on, Jake. What do you say? What do you say? Come on, y'all.
It wasn't a bias of mine in terms of shaping my reporting, but like what was shaping my reporting was, I think the fact that like there were just a lot of people lying to us, and I should have just been more skeptical about the fact that they were lying to us. But there were just so many people on the inside, and so many Democratic legislators and so many members of the cabinet and everything that were just completely gaslighting the country.
Look at this guy's eyes. This guy right here. Look at his eyes. He don't believe a goddamn thing Jake said. Jake, you lying bastard. Jake, you lying son of a bitch. You're a liar, Jake. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night, Jake. Who do you think you're talking to, Jake? How stupid do you think I am, Jake? Jake. You goddamn. Lord have mercy. Family. All right, Tim. Sorry. Oh, Lord. Even he don't believe Jake. And he's a friend of Jake's. I don't even know if this thing works. This is the last time I even cut this son of shit. Well, that was a bad idea. So got no power, Johnson. This ain't gonna work. That was a wasted trip. Listen, guys, let's do ourselves a favor. Let's not be foolish. Let's be grown-ups. We know damn well Jake the Snake said he was fooled. He should have been more skeptical about them lying to him. Should have been more prudent. Should have been more, more journalism-y. Yeah, Jake makes it sound like almost like he didn't have a staff working for him. Yeah, Jake wants you to think that he is a one-man show like the Tim Black Show. But see, even I knew something was wrong with Biden. I've been reporting that since 2019. This mofo, he didn't get religion until like 6 months ago. And he was like, Jesus. Instead of going on the news and telling everyone, I know what I'll do. I'll wait till after the election. After Kamala's replaced Biden and after Trump wins, serving his second term, I'll put out a book. I know, Johnson, I didn't mean to bury the lead, but Jesus Christ, Johnson, well, shit.
Full of shit.
Yeah. Jake the Snake is full of it. Jake, no one believes you, bro. Nobody believes you. I was watching something. I could have being nice. Somebody was saying, I like Jake Tapper. Jake's a good guy, but Jake's a good guy. But nah, he lied to millions of people. You don't get to be a good guy if you lie to everyone and then you sell a book. Not lie, and then cover for other people that lied. It's all a bunch of lies. Jake's just the only person with enough guts, enough cojones to lie to everyone and then get out in front and say, okay, let me tell the truth. Look what I've discovered, guys. It's sort of like a friend that tells you after you got a divorce, 5 years later, it's like, look, hey, man, hey. She was cheating on you. You know that, right? Who? Your ex. When? Whole time y'all was married, man. You ain't know? Man's been shot in the forehead. See, that's how bad things happen. What I'm saying is, we need help, America. If you count on Jake Tapper, if America's counting on Jake Tapper to give them the news, to inform them, to keep them informed, to help them make critical decisions that affect not only their lives, but the lives of their children, their neighbors, their friends, that also impact world policy, if America's relying on Jake Tapper, world's in quite a pickle. Yeah, it's not just Jake Tapper, man. It's all these mofos. But here's the thing, guys. Jake's the only one who wanted to get paid for it after he lied. See, I look at Jake like he's worse. Jake's worse. There are people that want to say Jake's a good guy. Yeah, Jake meant well. No, Jake's worse than everybody else. They lied, but just shut the F up. Jake lied and just said, I might be able to make a couple mil out of this. Might be some money in this for me. I mean, everybody else already knew Biden's got a... But at this point, really, man, is there really anybody going, I didn't see anything wrong with Biden the whole time. Looked fine to me. Oh, yeah, that's right. Whoopi, Sonny, white lady on there, Anna Nevada. Brian Stelter. Why'd they rehire him? I'm just asking. Anybody know why they rehired Brian Stelter? If I was Don Lemon, I'd be mad as. I know Don has to be sitting up eating bonbons with a pantyhose thing on his head. What's that? Do-rag on his head? In a tank top? Eating bonbons in bed with his husband? Fuck them. You see this little fat. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. They hired back Brian Stelter. Boy, I was Don Lemon. Hey, man. Y'all better, CNN better be glad that Don Lemon don't go post or come up there and see about them people. I'm not a fan of Don Lemon's politics. I think Don is performative. A lot of things. But he is a much better reporter than Brian Stelter. Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, I disagree with a lot of things. Yeah. Back when Don was doing the whole, I'm going to be like Bill O'Reilly. Remember that? When he was raking black people over the coals about 15 years ago? Pull your pants up, black people. Clean up your neighborhoods. When I go to black neighborhoods, it's always dirty. We just cleaned up and we picked up our trash, we'd be able to get business loans. Yeah, Don said Charleston White level dumb things. Yeah, and if a monkey can fly, then all the schools would be free. Yeah, if nacho cheese was actually nacho, then we could all find a Big Dipper on the map. But see, even though I have that opinion of Don Lemon, particularly in his earlier days, I will not deny for a second that Brian Stelter is a much worse, unlikable, very much unlikable person, talking head person. He's right up there with Morning Joe. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I just thought there's something. Let me know what you think about this. I don't know why I dragged this on. I'm about to clip the hell out of this. Yeah, Jake Tapper, no mas. No mas. We're not buying it. No one's buying it. It hasn't been bought. Okay. How we doing up there, man? Who's in the house, man? I'm trying to get up here and see. You know what? I was up here. I can't see my damn. Oh, let me do this while I'm thinking about it, man. I meant to do it earlier. Today, I did an interview with my brother, Dr. Musa Abdullah, from All Things Education on YouTube. You may remember Dr. Musa Abdullah. He came on the show a couple of times. He was my guest. Very happy to have him. So I returned the love and went on his channel today because, well, hell, man, people come on my show. I need to go on some people's show. So I went and hollered at my brother, Musa Abdullah. We had a great conversation. It was a pleasure to be there with my brother in conversation, man. Go to All Things Education on YouTube. Holler at Dr. Abdullah. Tell him Tim Black sent you. All right. I need to find a Tim Black show. Oh, if you're watching this anywhere, could you hit like? Could you hit the like button, please? Could you hit the like button, please? Also, could you retweet me if you're on X? X people. X gonna give it to you. Can I get some X love, please? Just a little bit of X love would be nice. Galaxy TV, Adam, James Sumler. Thank you, Gary Goose. She cooks and she roasts. Herschel Reed is in the house. Thank you, Jay G. Marjorie Lemons. Okay, so this guy, maybe I don't. Cheryl Van Epps. You never heard of Jake Tapper? Really? Sure, you heard of never heard Jake Tapper until tonight. What? Are you serious? Cheryl. Calmenia. Peoria. He said there were 2 Bidens. He said there were 2 Bidens. Look, guys, look. All right, man, look. I'm putting a goal up, man. Can we do a goal? Can I do a goal? Yes. I don't know what this is. I will. What will I do? What would I do? If I get 10 super chats, what will I do? I'll host a special show. Start go. They create these little mechanisms in YouTube, guys. Gary Goof says Joe had a body double that never talked and walked better. See what I got to do, man? See, y'all say, why is Tim Black like that? Look at my audience, man. I had some crazy people in my audience, and I love them for it. Yeah, man, I love them, man. I don't want no born-ass people. Can't take a joke, scared to say stuff. Come on now. Can't take those people. Gotta have my type of people, man. People that say things like, please don't say it. He ain't gonna say it, is he? He ain't gonna say it. Nah, he ain't gonna say it. He wouldn't say it. Nah, he wouldn't say that. You sure? Yeah, he wouldn't say that. How you know? I know him, man. He would never say that. He said it. I like them type of people. That's who I've been my whole life. He said it. Guy. Ask my little brother, Keith, he'll tell you. How many times that's the last words I hear them say? He's like, Tim, don't say it. You ain't got to say it. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, you guys ready? All right, now look. I'm not responsible for your feelings. This next segment hits hard, man. Is anybody here? Well, you know, it don't matter. This one's going to hit hard, Johnson. I need my inhaler. I mean, it's not that kind. It's not that kind of inhaler. So I don't like sniffing on film. I don't know what I did with my stuff. Okay. Okay, so this segment's going to hit hard, man. This may be one of the hardest level, not the hardest, but right up there. It's gonna be something else, Johnson. Buckle up. Let's do it, Johnson. YouTube. Can I get some YouTube likes? X. Gonna give it to you, X. Anybody on X? Thank you, Tobias Grove, for a super chat, my brother. I appreciate you, Tobias. X. Who's on X? Anybody be tweeting me on X? Yes, Tuffy. I got Tuffy, the singer, hooking me up. I got C Penta in the house. What's up, C Penta? And Mr. 762. Mr. 762 has a crazy at Too Cool Jones. That's crazy, fam. And on Twitter. All right. The avatar, whatever. All right. So look, guys. Let's just go. Let me stop playing with it. Let's do it.
Comply with federal law to accept federal funds. What would make to comply with federal law to accept federal funds?
What would make this fair
for her to compete for those who are competing against her? What would that kind of structure in competition look like?
Who is her?
AB.
Okay, AB Hernandez is a male who identifies as a female. What would be fair is to have Hernandez competing in the male category. It is not fair to the females competing to have to compete with a male.
Flag on the play. I feel like David Loudon Greer, when his parents came out the bathroom in Boomerang, feel a little bit like that. It was in there hitting it, yo. One more time for anybody that missed that. That was a very dope exchange. An exchange for the record books. One more time.
Accept federal funds.
What would make this fair for her to compete for those who are competing against her? What would that kind of structure in competition look like?
Who is her?
You'll see that she was debating what she was going to say. You know, you see it processed in her brain. This lady, Julie Hamill, you could see something. You could see it run through her forehead. It was like dancing around her forehead. Look, pay attention to her, please. One more time, people, pay attention. It's going to be a quiz. Pay attention.
Kind of structure in competition look like? Her to compete. What would make this fair for her to compete for those who are competing against her? What would that kind of
see? It's right now. It's on her forehead. It's right there. It's like, okay, do I ever want to be invited back to this show? Okay, I can live without coming back. She's thinking that. She's thinking, yeah, okay. I'm going to say this because I got people at the California Justice Center counting on me, and they want me to go hard in the paint. They want me to do a Lil Wayne freestyle. We're talking the Carter, the second Carter. Hard in the paint, DMX style, just X gonna give it to you. This is it. And she winds up, she goes.
Structure in competition look like?
Who is her?
AB.
Okay, AB Hernandez is a male who identifies as a female. What would be fair is to have Hernandez competing in the male category. It is not fair to the females competing to have to compete with a male.
Okay, so in Trump's federal funding threat, is that something, though, that would hurt all student athletes, including athletes who are assigned female at birth?
Would his federal funding threat hurt athletes?
If the money is taken away.
Right. So the law actually says that schools that do not abide Title IX or other federal laws cannot receive federal funds. So that's not Trump's fault. The problem is that the state with AB 1266.
But you understand, Julie, there's two views here on Title IX. So just to be clear, not everyone agrees with you on how you're viewing it. So in that regard, if you were to take away the funding on as it pertains to trans athletes, not everyone agrees with you. I think we just have to be clear about that. If you are taking away the funds for athletes, student athletes in California, isn't that going to hurt all of them?
Taking away federal funds is going to hurt all California kids, which is why the state of California needs to comply with federal law. It's very simple.
So when you dig into the science on trans athletes, what is really clear is that there needs to be a lot more research on a lot more trans athletes to be able to draw better conclusions about the effect of whether gender-affirming care actually reduces or eliminates the advantage conferred on an athlete who is genetically male. Would you welcome more research? Is this a situation where more research might help?
I absolutely think that more research and more careful and thoughtful discussion is necessary here. Pediatric sex change procedures are very harmful and they cause lifelong damage to children. And this is something that the United States of America needs to examine thoughtfully, and people need to be able to discuss openly without being called bigots and transphobes.
Yeah, totally hear you.
Totally hear you. Won't ever happen. But we hear you. Ain't gonna do it though. Calling people bigots and homophobes and transphobes is fun. Gotta go get that 20% of Americans that want to vote that way. Wouldn't want to leave that. Wouldn't want to be on the right side of an 80-20 issue. What? What's she gonna say next, Miss Hamill? Water's wet.
So there are obviously clear benefits to playing sports, to competing in sports. So when you're looking at an athlete like A.B. Hernandez, what would you have her do so that she can benefit from sporting?
I view A.B. Hernandez as the victim in this situation. I feel for him, and I feel that he has been lied to for his entire life. And it's probably very destabilizing and difficult for him right now to realize that what he's been told is not actually reality. He cannot become a girl. What he can do is compete in the male category.
Okay,
or
let's
if
stick to sports. So you say compete in the male category or what?
Or if the state and CIF want to create a separate category for people like A.B. Hernandez, and that's something that they want to do, fine. It is not fair to female athletes who have worked their entire lives for this kind of competition, who also, by the way, cannot speak out for fear of retaliation, which A.B. Hernandez's mother has personally threatened against them. So it's very unfair for our girls and women in California to have to compete with males, have to share facilities with males, and then not be able to speak up about the unfairness because people are going to label them as bigots.
Julie Hamill, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Yeah, this one's not for Miss Hamill. This is for Keller, I think her name is. Her name Keller. Yeah, the CNN host here. I don't think you really are happy she showed up. Yeah, I don't believe that you're being honest when you say that you were glad she was there and you had a good time talking to her. I don't think that's the case at all. I think you're not being honest. This last statement here.
To label them as bigots.
Julie Hamill, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't think you appreciate it at all. I think listen, guys. Why black people can't get reparations? Damn, man, America can't stand black people, man. Jesus Christ. Hey, Jesus Christ. DEI help white women. Affirmative action help white women. Let me get this right, Johnson. You really don't think it's an advantage being a man and playing against women in sports? You really think we need to study that to see if that's you really I mean, Caitlin, Clark, Angel Reese are superb athletes. But if they played against LeBron, I mean, wouldn't be that superb. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why are we having? I just want to know, guys. I want to know what trillionaire? I didn't know we had a trillionaire. Who's the trillionaire bankrolling the Democrats on this issue? It's got to be a trillionaire somewhere bankrolling this. Like some rich colonizer kept alive cryogenically in a vat of slaves' tears and gold coins. Like, it's got to be. It's got to be something going on, man. I'm just saying, like, who is this with his head's in a jar? He has a manifesto written and he gives out $1 billion to the DNC every year as long as they fight for trans in sports. I'm just saying, something's got to be going on, man. You can't, I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced, man, that there isn't some money in this, because the damn sure ain't no elections in it. That's for damn sure. There is no elections in this, but there's got to be some money in it. They wouldn't be doing it. The Democrat Party I know was too damn corrupt to do anything just on principle, because if they want to do something on principle, they'd be fighting for us. So that ain't what they're doing, Johnson. I hate to knock someone's hustle, but if I see another sister on TikTok ranting and raving about how horrible Trump is, you belong to a party. You belong to a party that won't compensate black folks, but will fight to the death and is willing to lose the next 10 elections easy. Are willing not to see the White House for another 3 cycles until all Generation X is gone from the planet. Then they have to sit through the millennials until it's just Gen Z, Gen Y. Because it'll take that long to get to people that don't have common sense. You know what I mean? You belong to a party that's so corrupt, so bought and so paid for. They won't fight for you to have health care or go to college, but will fund Israel college. Will fund Ukraine in a losing effort for multiple years, but will lose elections behind supporting the idea that I should be able to play with women in the volleyball. And all I got to do is say, I feel like I should be able to. Yuck Johnson, I'm just saying. You know what? Anybody who says they don't understand my point, they don't get my point, anybody who says that, including the lady at CNN,
Suspect.
Yeah, you can't convince me you don't know what I'm saying. I think you get it. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, Skippy. You get it. You get it, Regina. You get it. You understand, Tiffany Haddish. You understand. You know what I'm talking about, sister. Come on, you don't need a Drewski white guy skip to get it. You get it. You get it, Claire. You see me. You see me. There you go. You see it. All right, guys, look, this has been fun. It's been lots of fun, Johnson. Let's go to the comment section, man. Who's out here, man? I'm just going to talk. Let's go to comments and talk amongst ourselves for a few minutes before Buck has to leave us. Marjorie Lemons believes it. She gets it. It makes sense, don't it? That's a good one. Shemaiah, this is a good one. Tobias Grove says, sports people know, fam. Yes, they do. Black Rose, Ronaldo McCall. Trillionaire family that it is. Yep. BS detector. Biologically, us men are different than women. Yeah, Dwayne, isn't that crazy that you have to say that? But I'd be like, look, man, we need to close the racial wealth gap. Oh, my God. He keeps talking about racial wealth gaps amongst blacks. How divisive. Somebody else is like, I think I should be able to play basketball with the girls' softball team. We should stand for that. That's a good one. Yeah, let's get behind them. Let's put the full force of the DNC on this one. If we don't stand up for her, what does that say about us? All the black people standing around like, why do we vote for them 90% of the time? 95%, dumbass. 95% of the time. I don't know why you do. I'm trying to change it. Doesn't mean you run out and vote for Republicans, but it means slow your roll at least. Keep them guessing. Yeah, man, it's going to be hard to beat my argument on this one. I know when this segment came out, there was a lot of people that hate me going, he's going to knock the cover off that one right there, boy. He's going to send it to the house. He's going to take it to the house on that one. Oh, wait till Tim Black does a segment on this. Sucks to be on the wrong side of this one, Johnson. But the Democrats never met an 80-20 issue they didn't want to be on the wrong side of. So, yeah. It's tremendous, man. It's tremendous. I love being an independent voter, an independent Tim Black show host. It's a great thing, man. I get to say stuff. And they mad, man. Progressives mad at me, y'all, because I used to be one of those people, man. I remember going to rallies, opening up rallies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Vote Jill, not Hill. Vote. I remember that. Remember that? Jean Mubarak, remember that? Jill Stein, remember that? Being around guys with purple hair and women with orange hair and stuff. Strong weed. But then, something happened. Yeah, then I decided I was going to focus on black people issues. And everybody said, that's divisive, Tim Black. You're bad. You want to fight for black people. You got to fight for everybody. Not me, us. Not me, us. Not me, us. It's like, what about us? No, Tim, you're not singing the song. It's not me, us. I'm a us. Yeah, but your us don't include me. Listen, fam, this has been something. Look, guys, I don't mean no harm, but we gotta grow up. We gotta mature politically. Stop falling for the okie doke. People do what they want to do because they want to do it. If they ain't doing it, it's because they don't want to do it. This is the land of milk and honey, Johnson. They don't want to do it. Why are the vets sleeping outside? Because America doesn't care. And I say that doesn't mean every single American. It means the government doesn't care. That's why. Why Johnny can't read is because America doesn't care. We gotta look, you understand. We print our own money. Okay, so hey, look. Come on, man. You live in a country that has its own currency and prints its own money. If there's anything that you looked at and was like, hey man, why is it like this? And somebody said, hey, we can't afford it. I'm not gonna say punch them in the mouth, but you could clip them, kick them on the back of the head when they walk by. You live in a country where they print their own money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, listen to what I'm saying. I want people to wrap their head around some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Listen to government officials tell you we can't afford stuff is the equivalent of working at Papa John's and saying, damn, I want some pizza. And they say, we ain't got no pizzas. Okay, you get it now? That's the equivalent. They got pizzas, just not for your ass. All right, Scooter? It's not for you. They got pizzas everywhere. We have money everywhere, just not for whatever you want it for. That makes sense? Are we clear now? Jesus Christ, man, we're gonna have to understand each other a little bit better, man. Okay? And there are things we spend money on. Just look at the list. People are still running Elon Musk around the bend. First of all, Elon Musk, that was a house sig. It looked like a house sig. You know what I never do? Anything that resembles a house sig. That's what I never do. Okay? I don't accidentally give people the finger. These are things. My mom, she had a wooden spoon in the kitchen. One of them wooden spoons, because I don't know where she got it from, but if she hit you with that spoon, you'll remember not to do that shit again. What I'm saying, bro. I don't know why I brought up Elon Musk. Somewhere I was going with that. Oh, Doge. The Doge cuts. Yeah, Elon Musk, that was goofy of you, and now you're trying to walk it back. Kind of walk back stuff that's on tape. And you did it 3 times. Dude, I only bring that up to say this. Even though you did that, if you go look at the USAID, the U.S. aid agencies, like a lot of the disbursements, that, by the way, GOP ain't doing nothing about it. Like I heard in the Congress ain't even trying to get me think. All that was an exercise. That's the worst thing about it. Look, Elon did all that. He tanked his stock. He ruined his reputation. Cars got burnt. All this stuff happened, and guess what? All that's happened. And now they ain't even trying to do anything about all the work. Because we're corrupt. It was for show. It was for show. Who would have thought that the guy who invented The Apprentice would do something for show? Anyway, America spends money on things it wants to spend money on. When it doesn't spend money on things, that's on purpose too. There are things we spend money on, we spend billions of dollars on. Goofy stuff. Do you hear about the contract Stacey Abrams is getting sued about? She got like a couple lawsuits about fraud and money. And I remember when Stacey Abrams, there were people like, when she first ran, they found out she had like old money, all this back money, and defaulted on all this stuff. People are like, stop picking on her because she's black. Everyone's got student loans they haven't paid for. Yeah, leave her alone. Stacey's amazing. Yeah, she's not irresponsible at all. Racist. Don't you hate that when you stand up for somebody black, and you call the people that accuse them of something racist, then they turn out to be that thing? That makes me real mad then. But you can't really pile on because there's too many white people over there talking. But between us, black folks, you'd be like, we really be mad. This motherfucker here. That's how I feel about Stacey Abrams, man. She has not one but two cases about fraud that are connected to her and her organizations. Two. One is that Georgia thing, whatever. She got $20 billion. Wasn't it $20 billion? Was it $2 billion? I don't know. $20 billion, I think it was. I don't know, man. Crazy numbers, man. I don't know, man. I don't get it. They gave her money to get this. She started an organization that want to put, electric or, I don't know, some type of Echo Smart, appliances in homes. Yeah. Echo Smart appliances into homes in the hood. That's what it was. And she got like $20 billion for it. Only problem is, Stacey never ran a nonprofit that did anything to do with the environment. She had no experience at all. And the organization was brand new and had never done any work at all. So it's like, this is weird. But see, we came up with money for that, as if people in the hood living with gunshots and roaches and rats and big ass. You ever seen the big water bug things? It's scary. Them big suckers that make a sound when you step on them. The kind of roaches that if you step on them, they don't die. They just go to the roach hospital and get stitches and come back. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she's saying that she want to get them appliances. Want to swap out their appliances. Yeah, that's really what the hood wants, appliances. Echo Smart appliances. How about some money? How about you keep the refrigerator and just give us the $5,000? Yeah, how about that, Stacey? Keep the refrigerator. I don't need a double oven, but I can use a couple $1,000. Yeah, I don't need a economically sound gas range, but I'll take a Range Rover. I mean, we are talking about the hood. Or here goes something. How about housing vouchers to get out of the hood? But see, now we're talking like regular black folks talk. See, this is not the liberal talk of the people who need not anything. We're going to do a little something for the poor blacks that are struggling. Working class white folks, you know what time it is, right? It's time you team up with Tim Black. Yeah, I know you're sitting watching the show, you're going, gosh, I wish I had a titan to fight for me like you, Tim Black. You do. It's me. It's just when they cut the checks, we go first. Come on. It'll be fun. We can switch places for once. I'm not saying you'll never get a check, but we go. Look, fam, it is a very interesting time to be alive. We're all lucky. We all should be grateful. We're blessed to be here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Tim Black Show. Thank you for supporting this. Remember, go to Join Tim Black, become members, check out my new 2-hour-long conversation with the great, the one and only Van Lathan, the guy that told Kanye West to stick it up his tailpipe. No Diddy. Nah. Check it out, man. Just go there. Go to jointimblack.com. Shout out to my Tim Black Wolfpack members who make this show possible. They put up with me because they know I mean well. And besides the jokey jokes, we're all about justice and truth. And that's what we're really about. Yeah. That's all I got, man. Anybody, anything going on, fam? What's up, people? What's up? Good night. Cat Negrita, stay black. Tobias Grove says best show. Byron said, when I'm going to interview the brother Don Lemon. You know I would. I would interview him. Buck Billy says, congratulations on 196,000 subs. Hey, Buck, I don't feel a day over 195. Yo. We out of here, y'all. Remember, like I always say, don't you let anybody take your cornbread. I don't know if we got 300 likes, but we definitely got nothing but love for you. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, X. I appreciate y'all. And that's it. That's all. What else? Yeah. I got to add my outro video. Well, hell, I'll just do this. I can't do that because people will be expecting this. Damn it, Johnson. How can I not do this? Well, you know what I can do is I got to run a commercial, man. I ain't running any commercials tonight. I got to let people know where stuff's at. We got anything? What do we have here?
Simply amazing.
Now, that's what I'm talking about, eh? I can rock with that.
All right, guys, have a good evening. I'll see you on the next one. Where's my ladies? Where are my ladies?